necessities. 65.
Over this weekend, me and my family went to see the Sessanta Tour 2.0, and this is a show that has Primus, Puscifer, and A Perfect Circle. If you don't know, Primus is one of my favorite bands ever. Puscifer and A Perfect Circle are two bands that are just hanging out, kind of always there sometimes when I need to hear them. Puscifer and Perfect Circle both have Maynard James Keenan as their singer. He also sings for Tool. You may have heard of that band. But this show isn't just these three bands performing. They each came out. Well, I didn't know what to expect, really. I hadn't heard anything about the first tour they did, which was for Maynard's 60th birthday. This was for Maynard's 61st birthday. They had some really cool skits on the videos, and there's this little sign that set the tone for the night. No phone, no photography, no video at all, or you will be kicked out. You won't be let back in. I'm okay with that. I've been to a lot of shows, almost all of them in Japan. They don't want video and photos taken. I want you to be in the moment, see the show. I've been to a couple here that have been like that. And I've been to a lot of concerts where they don't have any stipulations for phones, and I get fucking pissed at the people that block everybody's view because they have no common courtesy for others that want to watch the show and not watch their goddamn phone. So I was cool with it. I was like, well, I can't get a couple songs or whatever. I did manage, however, to get about an hour and a half of audio. They did not say do not record audio. That's all I'm saying. They had a pretty funny intro about, putting people that did use their phones into a meat grinder. It was pretty funny. And then they said, you know what, if you're cool about it and everybody just be here in the moment, watch the show, we'll let you record the last song and let's have a good time. And then that's all they really said about it. Couple things. Josh Freese, the drummer, has been in the news lately because he's playing for Foo Fighters since Taylor Hawkins died. And they recently fired him. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Josh Freese, and I heard about it before that. I was really pleasantly surprised when up on the video screen I see Josh Freese. I'm like, that's Josh playing drums right now. My wife's like, huh? So I tried to explain to her what was going on. Well, I was like, dude, that's fucking Josh Freese. Sweet. Well, I didn't know he'd been a Perfect Circle's drummer since the start, dude. So here's a bunch of other bands he's been a part of. You can see he's played with all sorts of bands, and he's an incredible drummer. And Primus's drummer, Tim Alexander, recently quit on them also, kind of unexpectedly. And his replacement drummer is John Hoffman, who I didn't know anything about, but I learned a little bit about, while I was researching for this video.
Hello, Primus and everybody else watching. I'm John Hoffman. I'm a professional drummer from Shreveport, Louisiana. This is my official Primus drum audition video.
I'm most familiar with Primus. I've been listening to Primus since high school, probably earlier than that. When did Jerry Was a Race Car Driver come out? I've been listening to Primus for a long damn time. Definitely one of my favorite bands ever, and one of them I've been listening to for multiple decades, and I will probably continue to listen to. Puscifer is something that's a little more obscure generally, but I still really enjoy what they do. But not everything they do. But there's some stuff that is just some of the best stuff ever. And A Perfect Circle, kind of the same thing. They have some really incredible songs, but I'm not super psyched about everything they do. It's a little slow. So I was kind of like, well, I'll know some stuff, but I'm just looking forward to seeing the show. Oh my God, dude. First performance, I think A Perfect Circle was first. And I'll be honest, I wasn't familiar with the songs, but Maynard, his voice was actually just incredible. Perfect. Incredible. The control and delivery of Maynard James Keenan is pretty unmatched, dude. It's just pretty wild. I was just blown away by what he does. The band as a whole was really, really awesome. The sound was great. We were out in the grass at Deer Creek, Ruoff Music Center, whatever you want to call it. I always know it as Deer Creek because I'm old. And the sound was great. Not too loud, but really loud. We pretty much watched the video screen, which I have. I'm going to put a video at the end of this where I'll have my video that I took. That was pretty much the video screen, which it kind of sucks because it was LED and it It kind of strobes. It has lines going through the whole time. Then I picked 3 other videos from YouTube that I'm going to put on there too, just different views. I'll put the links to them in my description so you can go to their channel and watch the videos. Because where we were sitting, you could barely see the band at all. Not just because they were very small to our eyeballs, but because the stage was very dark. But the video that they were showing had a lot of really bright colored filters on it. So although the stage was dark, the screen had a lot of vibrant color, and there was like doubled images, and it was almost like watching a music video. It was great, incredible production. And the video I'll have at the end of this one will show the video screen, which I was watching most of the time, and then somebody who's pretty close, probably 5th or somewhere between the 5th and 10th row or something, and then a couple midway shots so you can see the difference between the stage lighting and all that stuff. I think Primus came out next, and the sound that Primus puts out with 3 people, dude, I love 3-piece bands, and Primus is a band that like no other. I mean, if you worry about a key, like what key a song is in, just it's like not like first on anybody's mind in Primus. It's all about just the song as a whole and the story that's in the song. But really the tones and everything that came from Les Claypool's bass and Larry Lalonde's guitar is just so freaking spot on, and it's just awesome. Funny enough, when we were driving up to the venue, I noticed there was a lake like on the venue grounds. I'm like, that's kind of odd. And I'm like, there's a dude fishing out there at the lake. Okay, right on. And then when Primus gets up, Les tells a story of how he says, last time we were here, I went fishing out that lake out back, and I caught a 3-pound bass. And he said he didn't have his phone, so he drove it all the way back to the backstage, took a picture, and drove it all the way back out to the lake and threw it in. So this time I went out and I caught a couple of shavers that he caught and released, and then he hooked that big son of a bitch, but he jumped out and spit his hook out. So he didn't have any proof that he hooked him again. But you know, a fish story is a fish story. It's true and maybe not true. I'm going to believe Les, though. He's got no reason to lie. But I'm pretty sure I saw him fishing without knowing it, like, as we were driving in. This was pretty cool. But as a performance, I think Puscifer and A Perfect Circle are very kind of slow burn bands. It takes a while to get going, and I have trouble listening to it, like, on my own. But in this environment with, you know, sitting out there with this huge sound and seeing them perform these things, I loved every second of it. And when it would build and build, and then when it just hit the crescendo, the peak, it was incredible. So it was awesome. But when Primus would come out, the energy level would jump, and then like you're having fun. And but the virtuosity was still there, which is something I didn't really know what to expect with them. I've seen plenty of videos of them live and everything, but just seeing Les, I mean, thankfully, even though I couldn't see them because they were about this big, the video was pretty good at showing who was doing what, and I could really kind of see what he was doing live and how intricate his technique was and everything. It's really cool. Perfect Circle, I probably knew less of them than out of any of the bands, but it's still a very cool band, and I was actually, I don't know the guitar player's name. All right, so Billy Howardell is a guitarist. I was actually today messing around with delays and different sound structures in my freaking EBO because the dude inspired me, like with just the layers of music and stuff, and it's really, really cool. Members: Maynard, Billy, Josh Freese, James Eha. Did I see James Eha fucking playing guitar over the weekend? That's a dude from Smashing Pumpkins. I didn't even know it, dude. That's fucking wild. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. All right. So there's my talk about the show, man. I think it was an amazing event to see. We've had tickets for a long time, and my son actually entered a bodybuilding competition, and then I bought tickets for the show, which is on the same date as his bodybuilding competition. So we had to go from northern Indiana all the way over to down and over to Columbus, Ohio, and then back over to Noblesville, Indiana, in the same Well, not the same day. We drove down and stayed the night. The next morning, went to the bodybuilding competition, which took about 12 freaking hours. And I mean, from getting up and leaving, which Elliot got 2 medals. Fucking kick ass. His first competition, he got 2 medals. And then we went over and caught the concert. So it was an incredible day. Long drive home for only, like 2 hours home. But man, it was late. But it was worth it. I never thought I'd get to see Puscifer really, because they're always playing like kind of weird venues, I guess. I sure as hell didn't think I'd get to see Primus. I just didn't think I was going to be able to. Just seeing Maynard sing, I think was, it's something that if you have a chance, whether it's with Tool or with any of these bands, just do it. The dude is amazing. Other than that, man, see any of the bands, they're awesome. I think it's awesome that they do this. And they didn't just do, like I said, they didn't just do one band, this band and that band. There wasn't a headliner. They all shared the stage about the same amount of time. The last song they played was a Perfect Circle song called The Grand Canyon. And everybody, all the band members are on stage. There's a couple times throughout the show where all 3 drummers are on stage at the same time. And it was fucking awesome, dude. Incredible production. They really put all their thoughts and their heart into this performance. And Maynard is one of the coolest frontmen I think I've ever seen. He's such a before they started playing, he gets on the mic and he just looks out at people are walking. And he's like, you're late. And then they got done with the first song and he stops. He's like, you're late. It's just funny calling people out. There's a couple funny moments throughout the show. It was a really cool experience. So yeah. Enjoy the video. They let people record this, and I think that's cool, man. It keeps, and anybody who watches me knows I bitch about the phones being used at concerts. Believe me, I take in video at concerts, but I try and keep it either right in front of my face or like right on top of the bill of my hat, so that way I know I'm not in somebody else's way. I just ask that you be considerate. If you're at a show where they allow phones, if you're going to shoot a video and put it out so people can see it, that's cool. If you're going to shoot a video just so you can be like, dude, check this out, and hardly ever watch it, just put your phone down and enjoy the show, man. There's going to be people that are going to get really good footage and probably have better sound. Let them get it, I guess. There's no need for 150 people to be blocking the view of 150 people, you know what I mean? So that's the point of bands doing that. I don't have a problem with them saying if you're using your phone to get kicked out. I don't have a problem with that at all. Just don't use it. Simple as that. Enjoy the show. You have albums. There's going to be new Puscifer on the way, new Primus. So very cool, man. Enjoy this video. Hope you like it. It is The Grand Canyon by Puscifer, but with all the members of a Perfect Circle, Puscifer, and Primus. This time it's personal.
standing on the edge of forever.
Fucking amazing. Oh